Hey, it's Suzanne Hammett from Collective Herd here. I just found out, very sadly, that Louise Hay just passed away this morning. And so I wanted to give a shout out to all of her friends and family and followers and all the people around the world that loved her so dearly. Louise touched my life with this book, You Can Heal Your Life. I have used this book so often. I'm surprised there's not like tons of sticky notes in it right now. There usually is, because I'm always referencing it and going back to it, both for my own personal growth and for that of my clients as well. I don't know how many times I've referenced Louise Hay's work in the coaching and consulting that I do with people. And I know many, many people have benefited from her wisdom and her work and her words all over the world through many people like myself and others. So she's going to be dearly missed. Louise's philosophies were really kind of matter of fact and down to earth, and at the same time very spiritual. She believed that we create many, if not all, of the diseases and ailments in our bodies, and she constructed a huge list based on her experience working with people and recognizing that a lot of their conditions were related to situations that were going on in their lives. And once they turned their beliefs and their thoughts around about their life conditions, their physical ailments often cleared up, went away, dissolved, were healed. So that's the basis of this book, You Can Heal Your Life. But she had so much wisdom around what our thoughts do to our physical reality, to our environment, to how we feel and how we come across to others. And so I just wanted to pick a quick passage out of here and read it to you, just as a tribute to Louise and as an example of what she leaves behind as her legacy. She says, the innermost belief for everyone I have worked with is always, I'm not good enough. And she goes on to say, we often add to that, and I don't do enough or I don't deserve. Does that sound like you? Often saying or implying or feeling that you're not good enough, but for whom? And according to whose standards? So I totally agree with that. In fact, I created a Facebook page, the I Am Enough Revolution, specifically to combat those kinds of thoughts and feelings people have about themselves that often media and even some not positive, I don't want to speak badly about other coaches, but even some other coaches kind of drill in, you're not good enough, so therefore you need to work with me. I always like to bolster people's strengths up and point out their strengths to them and help them to leverage them so that they do feel like they're good enough and they grow even more from that perspective. So I'm very much in agreement with Louise here that the innermost belief for everyone is always, I'm not good enough, because it causes so many problems. And the legacy that Louise leaves is that we actually are good enough. She goes on to say that if this belief is very strong in you, then how can you possibly have created a loving, joyous, prosperous, healthy life? Somehow your main subconscious belief would always be contradicting it. Somehow you would never quite get it together, for something would always be going wrong somewhere. So true, so wise. This is what the legacy that Louise leaves behind in this book and other teachings. And I am saddened to hear of her passing this morning. I understand that her transition was peaceful in her sleep at age 90, so grateful for that, but sending my love and condolences out to all the people around the world, especially her friends and family who loved her dearly. Saddened at her passing, and just wanted to give this little tribute to Louise Hay. Take care.